Okay, so I promised the last one would be the last one, and unfortunately, like, I was midway through a thought when we got done with that one. So I started at 1, I think 1:30 is when I woke up, and now it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and trust me, I've got a couple engagements on Saturday, and it's Saturday morning, and I'm gonna be, I don't know. So anyway, I want to do the bookends that I was trying to do last time. Now, I think one of the things I said in one of the takes, I don't think it made it into the last take, is that I think, like, I think let's say for 4,000 years from now, there's still human beings on the planet. Trust me, if there are still human beings on the planet, and we haven't, like, radically changed, they will still be playing and listening to music. And I can tell you, there will be people who play 3 notes and not even 3 chords. Let's forget the 3 chord pop song. Let's start with the 3 note pop song. And they won't have any talent, and people will adore them. And that's been going on for a long, long, long time. So like, you look at Justin Timberlake or Akon, or you know, let's think who I want to make fun of. I don't know, but to make a long story short, musical prostitution is just as old as music itself, and it's not going to go away. And even I have to admit that when I hear, like, certain dance hall music, like Akon, who has a good song or two, and Justin Timberlake, who has a good song or two, that I don't, like, dance around like everybody else does. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, that just because I'm an indie kid or whatever. I don't even think I qualify as a kid anymore. I'm an indie old fogey. That I, like, hate all pop music and all that stuff. I won't say that. I do think it's really a shame nowadays that, like, most music is made by computer programmers and not really by musicians. But, like, like I said, musical prostitution is just as old as music. It's the same shit that has been going on for a really long time. And then there are, people, I don't know. I waver back and forth. I really don't think there's anything wrong. Like, for example, I'll give you a good example. I went to my cousin Amy's wedding. My cousin Amy she's, well, I don't know how to explain. My cousin Amy, she works as a hairdresser right now. And she's going to get into, I think it's respiratory therapy, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But Amy's not, like, a huge intellectual, let's put it that way. And she likes to party. She's, in spite of a lot of people in the family being very critical, she's continued to drink. And, like, when she's pregnant, she doesn't drink. She has 2 kids now. I don't know. I love Amy. She's my cousin. I love her. She's a very different person than I am. But I went to her wedding, second wedding, and they played a song by Justin Timberlake called "Sexy Back," and like, if you've ever heard the song, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I would literally think there are 5 notes in that song, but there might only be 3. And, like, but I'm telling you, when you heard that on that DJ's PA, and you saw all of Amy's friends, some of whom were very attractive, be, like, shaking their butts and stuff to "Sexy Back" by Justin Timberlake, that's a good time. Trust me, it is. And I'm not going to say it's not. I mean, I personally like don't think I don't know like Justin Timberlake. I waver because like I've heard things from certain people that know a little bit more about like celebrity type stuff, and they say Justin Timberlake can play pretty mean piano and sing pretty well even without all the effects on his voice and stuff. But regardless of whether he can and whether he has musical talent, he is not playing what you would call particularly cerebral music. And like I said, like I waver on this because like that was a really fun time. I mean, another example, the last song of the night they played "Hey Ya" by Outkast. That was just a blast. It was so fun. And that song's not great, not particularly complex. It's pretty much just a computer program, like I've been saying. But I waver because I think like there's a level where you want the music to be a little deeper than what you would say like "Sexy Back," which is a very superficial song. So you want the music to be deeper than that, but then do you really have to like? Does the music have to like be like King Crimson, which is like just total intellect, and virtuosity and all that stuff? I don't know. I don't really like that music. If you had played like Thelahun Kinji by King Crimson at that wedding, like would anybody have like really gotten on the dance floor and had a good time? No. I mean, so whatever. I mean, like, I want to be controversial with this. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think like, okay, so are you in the bag with the classical and jazz people, where it's like, okay, like I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this extremely advanced training. Play this extremely advanced music, or are you like on the side of Justin Timberlake, who has a computer programmer programmed 5 notes into a very expensive synthesizer workstation, and turn his voice into this extremely digital sound and make a lot of money? And I mean, which side are you on? Personally, I don't know that you have to be on either side. I think good music hits the brain and the heart. But then, the problem becomes not overdoing it in either direction. But I want to be controversial with this. Do you think it really matters that like people like here? I always use TV on the radio because I've been listening to them so much. Think of another one. Well, I mean, do you think it really matters that the guys in the Clash learned to play their instruments and like played some pretty hard to play stuff, rather than just playing like the simplistic shit they played when they started? Does that matter? It matters to me, but I mean, does it really matter in the scheme of things? Would they have been better off? I think at the time disco was big. Would they have been better off playing disco? I mean, more people like disco than like the Clash. It's just one of those things to think about. I mean, I think people get caught up like being a creative person is not easy. Let me tell you that right from the outset. Oh, I only have 3 seconds left. Fuck this. Fuck